Hello everyone, welcome to a LEGO Star Wars set review. Take a look at set number 75364, New Republic E-Wing versus Shin Hati's Starfighter. This set that released on September 1st of 2023 contains 1,056 pieces and 5 minifigures. This is like a 2-in-1 kind of set for builds and is based on the Ahsoka Disney Plus TV show. Okay, so taking a look at the first build, the Republic E-Wing. This set, portion of the set is awesome. It is my favorite part, or I guess ship, out of the two. It just is so nice to handle, and it honestly, I love the details on this. It's so cool. Yes, admittedly, there's a handful of stickers for the detailing, so basically here, anywhere you see detailing outside of the printed windshield cockpit piece is a sticker, but the angles they pull off are really well done, I would say, and looks pretty well accurate, given for a ship that basically appears in one episode of the Ahsoka show, to my memory. But that's fine. That's fine. It's still a nice build, and honestly, I am tempted to army build these things because I wouldn't mind having a squadron of these white and blue fighters. That's just me, though. Anyway, it does have landing gear, and it is a little bit awkward. If you can flip it upside down, you can kind of see how that's awkward. But if you flip this down, flip this to the side, boom, there's the landing gear up. Kind of makes the ship look a little better. It doesn't feel exactly seamless, but again, it is a play scale ship, so I'm not going to complain too much. Because again, they pulled off a lot of cool angles with this, admittedly. So, yeah, in terms of play features, you have a stud shooter on either end here, and basically how those work is you press down on the trigger and it will shoot out a translucent stud, or you just float it with your own studs, it's up to you. You can remove the astromech droid, and you can see how he kind of connects in there, just from some jumpers, so not bad. It's pretty standard for any Rebellion/Imperial build, or just any Starfighter that requires an astromech. Moving the cockpit open, you can see how the minifigure sits in there with a little control panel, and you can remove that, and you can see how he's attached via 2 studs there. Now, I put mine in a little awkwardly because this, if you lift up, actually pulls out, and there is storage, weapon storage. I love weapon storage, and this guy does have a hairpiece, and you can kind of fit that in there. You're going to have to wiggle around with the seat a little bit, but you can make that all fit in there. And that's just held in via a friction technique. But yeah, if you remove those, you can see how he's supposed to sit in there a little bit more comfortably, not up against the windshield as much, but still. Anywho, I really like this build. It's really fun to handle, and just, I am always swooshing this ship around. Anywho, let's stop going on about this ship, and let's talk about the second ship included with this set. So here is the second model with this set. It is Shin Hati's Starfighter. Now, if you want to be really technical about this, according to a quick Google search, this is called an RP-82 Fiend Starfighter. So cool, I guess. It definitely looks like something old and rustic, which the stickers help to accomplish very well, as well as the build techniques, with this being a little uneven in certain areas. I would love to see a fresh, brand new one. I mean, nothing a simple lack of sticker placements and brick placement moving around couldn't solve, I guess, but still, makes you wonder. Apparently, to what my memory recalls, this also was another one that would just appeared in one episode, and it was a fleet of them, because Marok was also piloting one of these as well, so, that's cool, and I do think that this model is longer than the actual Starfighter, at least in terms of how it looked in the show. I think in the show it was much shorter, like this whole back end was much more pushed in, so I don't mind it being a little longer. It kind of makes it easier to hold on to and kind of, you know, swoosh around, but for accuracy purposes, that could be an issue for someone, not me personally, but it is what it is. Still got some interesting techniques about this, even studs not on top techniques right there, so just very well executed all around, and stud shooters on the side as well. The stud shooters here are a little awkward for replacement because you kind of have to place your hand over here, and it doesn't feel as natural, I guess, compared to the E-Wing. Like the E-Wing, yeah, okay, was a little annoying too, but this one just feels weird to try and push that stud out, and you're almost tempted to press both at once. You guys kind of get what I'm saying here? Anywho, same thing goes for reloading this. It's not the easiest because the wing does get in the way, and I'd almost say it'd be better just to have the studs on the bottom, maybe? I mean, there's certainly room on the bottom. I'm actually surprised there isn't landing gear of any sorts. I mean, I guess there's translucent things there if you want to display it there. Cool, I guess. But there is 2 types of storage in this set. Opening the back here, you have some lightsaber storage. Very nice. And that's just held in via a clip, because Shin Hati, you know, she's not a Jedi, but not a Sith either, but she has a lightsaber. And removing the obvious blaster turrets, there you can see there is an area for more weapon storage. And if you think that's where that stops, nope. Pull on the black stud, and boom, there's a blaster in there. So you probably get a lot more storage out of this one than the E-Wing, and that's fine. I like it when they include unnecessary storage, because if you have other figures piloting this or whatever, it just gives you options, and I really like that. So that's cool. Anywho, not really much else to say about this. I mean, like, if you remove that, you can see the stickered dial pad right there, I guess, whatever like you want to call it, for controlling the ship, but just, yeah, not much else to say about this, other than it's not as strong to me as the E-Wing is, but it's got weapons storage, lots of it too. Anywho, let's have a look at the minifigure selection, because there is quite a few interesting ones. So, taking a look at the first 2 minifigures, these are the ones that were in the E-Wing fighter. On the left, you have Captain Porter. He looks okay, I guess. To be fair, he only appeared in 1 episode, at least that's what I remember. So, I'm not expecting a whole lot of detail, but it is cool to get another Rebel helmet that's printed in a dark blue. I am a fan of that. That's really cool. And then on the right here, we have just New Republic Astromech droid. So, that's cool. An unnamed droid. Well, in my opinion, I call this droid 1K-3A. So, yeah. Anywho, I do wish that the droid had back torso printing. It would have been a nice touch. I know that is the norm nowadays for astromech droids, but I guess this guy just missed the mark by that much. And that is what it is. As for Porter, the only thing exclusive to him is that helmet and facial expression, as basically the torso and the legs are the same as Lieutenant Beta's from the Ghost set that was also released alongside this set. Just, you know, different hands. Actually, removing this helmet, you can take a better look at the facial print, and he does have a double-sided face for you to have to swap if you want to have just the hair on him rather than the helmet. You can kind of see how that looks. Or if you just don't, if you lose the hair even, you could just have it like that, and he's just wearing the helmet without the safety goggles. Either works, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, not much else to mention about these 2 minifigures. Let's move on to our next 2. For the next 2 figures, you have Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati. Perfect inclusions for a set like this. Is definitely a draw to the set for me personally. Great that they have the lightsabers as the accessories. I do wish it would have been an orange, but I guess it's the budgeted reasons, whatever. I do wish Baylan Skoll came with a cape, because I feel like from what I remember, he was more iconic to wear a cape than not. I mean, it's not that hard to get a black spongy fabric cape, but still, having it included would have been nice, you know, I guess budget reasons, whatever. Or even just having a hood to replace the hairpiece with. I know Shin Hati came with a cape as well, but I just, Baylan Skoll, at the bare minimum, in my opinion, should have came with a cape. These figures are okay, all things considered. I mean, if you remove the hair pieces, you can also tell that they have double-sided facial expressions, as you can see on the back here. Kind of a more angry, battle-ready kind of facial expression. But, yeah, just that's my only complaints with these minifigures. They're pretty well executed otherwise, I would say. So, yeah. For the final minifigure, you have Morgan Elsbeth. It's an okay inclusion. Personally, I would have preferred having Marok in this set and Morgan Elsbeth coming in the Ahsoka's T6 shuttle. Kind of have them swapped. It just makes more sense because, again, as I mentioned previously, Marok was shown in the Starfighter we looked at earlier. So it just kind of would have given you some options. Morgan Elsbeth is just kind of a bit of a throw-in, if I'm being honest, for this set. And I don't know. Me personally, I wish she came with her spear. I could care less if it's lore accurate or whatever, because honestly, let's be real here. When has LEGO Star Wars team ever been 100% accurate? I just throw in the spear. That's what she's iconic for. But she had like a Mother Talzin's magical sword at the end of the Ahsoka series. I get it. They're having to deal with certain restrictions with concept art, and they probably didn't know about the Mother Talzin sword, which is why I say throw in a spear. I don't think anyone would complain if a spear was thrown in there, just as a weapon. Having her just be there as a minifigure is like, adds to the more point of why is she a character. Maybe that's just my personal opinion speaking, but whatever. She does have a new unique hairpiece. That's cool and all. Removing that, you could see a more angry expression. And again, would be perfect if you had a weapon for her. Oh, well, you could use the gun that's in the Shin Hati Star... No, just... spear. She needs a spear. So, that's just my 2 cents on this minifigure. So, yeah. Let's move on to what else this set includes, since, you know, not much else to say. So, taking a look at the instructions, the first instruction booklet is for the E-Wing Starfighter, and it is quite the quality instruction booklet. I like it when the instruction booklets have the nice little book-ended thing for big instruction booklets like this. It's just very nice. And I don't think I've seen this used before, where they have the bags printed on the bottom here. I actually quite like that, and I wish they utilized that a bit more if they're going to do separate instructions, no matter how big or small the set. You do have a QR code if you want to build the set digitally or redeem those 20 VIP points. Flipping open to the first page just tells you that there is an app for digital instructions and paper bags coming soon, and then just tells you which bags are for which the front already did pretty well. You have Captain Porter as the progress bar. Pretty big instructions, pretty fun build overall, if I say so myself. I really enjoyed this, and I wouldn't mind building another one of these, just saying. But flipping all the way to the back, just shows the completed model with the minifigures, I guess, right there. How to fire these stud shooters, and just a rebuild the world on the back. However, for the second instruction booklet, it isn't so good. It isn't bookended. It's just got the staples there, which, weird, if you ask me. If you're going to do one thing for one instruction booklet, you should do it for the other, just saying. And then it has the remainder of the bags on the bottom there, so consistent in that aspect, which is good, I guess. And the progress bar is Shin Hati, because, you know, Shin Hati Starfighter. And this build went by really quick. It's pretty much just 2 wings and a middle section. Not really anything to it. It was an okay build process, but like I said, I enjoy the E-Wing much more. We'll flip all the way to the back of this instructions. Just tells you about the weapon storage, advertisements for other 2023 Star Wars sets. That goes on for about 2 pages, as well as the parts listing. That goes on for 3 pages. And then there's just a win at the back. As for the extra parts, this is all that I received with my copy of this set. Quite a lot, but hey, it's a big set. Overall, for a set that retails for 140 Canadian, it's okay. I can't stop boasting over how much I love the E-Wing. It's such a strong build, and I'm sorry, I'm just not a huge fan of the Shin Hati Starfighter. It definitely is cool. I love this more in terms of the build aspect. Minifigure aspect, the minifigure selection for this is great. If this were to be split down the middle, I'd be buying this more than I would this, but it does have the draw of the minifigures, if that makes sense. I wish that Marok was in this set instead of Morgan Elsbeth, and even though that Morgan Elsbeth is in this set, give her a weapon, like a genuine weapon that fits to her character, I guess. And Baylan Skoll, just that little cape would have gone such a long way for me loving the minifigure, but again, what can you do? I mean, a lot of the budget probably went into including so many minifigures, and that's cool. So, and you pick this set up, I would say, at a little bit of a discount, but if you're paying full price, it's not too bad. But yeah, I probably will buy another copy myself if this ever goes on sale for like half off, just to have another one of those E-Wings. It's just that cool to have. Anywho, guys, that's it for my thoughts in today's review. Let me know your guys' in the comment section down below. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Anyways, thank you everyone so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in a future video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.